Hello, everyone. This is Grand Madam, and this is the Grand Collective. This is the fourth time I tried to get on this live this morning. I changed the title, and I came right on, no problem. What does that tell you, folks? No matter. Let's take this time and just enjoy the sound, hit that calm mode, and enjoy the reading. Well, all right. Good day and blessings to you too. And this is Gentlebeth. Hello, hello, Kamoyo. I tried four times, back after try after time after time. And when I took my name out of it, it came right on. I think I've been shadow banned or something like that. But anyway, um, I came here to talk about something. Have you heard that the Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr., is now calling for measles, measles bees, after winning a platform against such things? I wonder what changed his mind. Would it have anything to do with Texas? I wonder who wrote the book of love. So I know it's been a while. I know I have for live. I just had to get some things out, and it looked like for me the quickest way to do it would be, and the most efficient way would be via the videos. So when you don't see me for a while, don't worry about it. I'm being super organized, and I've got to get things out. Boom, 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 boom. And the fastest way for me to do that, believe it or not, is to get the videos out and schedule them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Funny how that works. You're right. Good afternoon, Nora. Hello, Elaine. Ilana Moore. Hello. Hello. Hey, Tracy. I've got some of your comments. They are so wonderful. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them. Now, what was I going to say? There is a rumor. I'm not sure how much of a. Hey, Nathan. I'm not sure how much of a rumor it is that Laura Loomer is going to replace Elon the Mosquito Musk. And my question is why? So let's take a look. She's a Gemini, so she's going to be popping up as Queen of Swords. She's really on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. But I wanted to take a look at that to see just why she was picked. She's a politician too. I think she is in. Where is Laura Loomer? I was going to look that up. I'm happy to see you too, India. Hold on a second. Let me see what state she's from. She's the 31-year-old that got blasted for her out of the office behavior, girlfriend parties. She does what typical 30-something single somethings do, but she's getting cut. So I'm going to take a look and find out what state she's with, because I forgot. I just forgot. I was taken back I wasn't that taken back when I saw that RFK Jr. And I remember him as a little boy. I'm old. Come on, thing, what's wrong with you? Remember him as a little boy. Talking all this smack now. It's unreal. It's unreal. It really is. So how have you been? Here it is. What questions would you have for me today? May 21st, Republican Party. What does she do? She's an activist. I'm trying to find out if she is, if she's in Florida. Figures. Is she in Florida? They just have her listed as political activist. This is Wikipedia here. Hmm. The Geller Report, Rebel News, InfoWars. Okay, she's one of these folks. Banned from numerous social media platforms. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. Well, it looks as though she's not in the Congress or anything like that. She campaigns for public office. The Republicans don't like her. I guess she's too much of a firecracker for them. The girl is wild. Okay. You think MTG is something? She's just got the mouth. This kid does the do. So they picked he's going to try to pull her again back into the political fold to replace Musk. Let's see if Laura Loomer gets to. What's she going to be up to? What is she going to do? I guess this is going to be phase 2 of phase 1. Did you hear how they the Doge people have uploaded some type of software in the Social Security Administration that was untested and has totally screwed up, shut down the servers? Oh, don't worry about that. You know, some people's checks were delayed. Those are the ones who were paid on the 1st of the month. It should be fixed by the middle of the month. Because you know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to take it out and restore. Yeah, that's what they said. The website is all glitchy and some people can't get in at all. The information is missing. Mm-hmm. So they are going to have to reinstall. I get this is the same software now that it's not compatible with the. It's like this. You have your commercial software for your businesses. Then you have government software. The two are not compatible. Duh. But evidently, the Doge whizzes didn't understand that. Microsoft Word, you would think, is Microsoft Word everywhere. But Microsoft Word at home is a little different than Microsoft Word at the state office building, which is a little different at the city office building. How do I know? Because I've used them all. Okay. And they're tailored to those specific needs of those specific offices. So just because you know of a different way of doing things does not mean it's going to work in this already existing system. But they didn't understand that. Sometimes it's still much better being older. What is Laura Loomer? Why is Laura Loomer replacing Elon Musk? And what is she going to do for the Trump administration? What's her purpose for being here? What's her purpose for replacing Musk? What's she going to do in this phase 2? And I have a strong feeling or knowing that they've discouraged him before about Laura Loomer. They're going to really push her out this time. And I'm talking about the GOP, the Republican Party itself. What's Laura going to do once she gets into Musk's space? What's Laura going to do with Doge? She's another one. She has no filters. She is the characteristic. Have you ever seen Gone with the Wind? I think it was Gone with the Wind when I first heard the phrase, I'm white and I'm over 21 and you can't tell me what to do. That's Laura Loomer. Was it Gone with the Wind? I think it was. I think it was Miss Scarlett talking all that trash to Rhett Butler. Overall energy. Oh, she's coming off as, oh, look, Queen of Pentacles. She's the Queen of Pentacles, folks. She's a Gemini, but she's definitely heavily on that Taurus cusp. And now that I think about it, she loves her food. She loves her drink. The luxury. She loves luxe. Okay? She's going to have hers, her comfort, her other things too. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. Seeds are planting now, and they're planting some seeds for her to be welcomed. Put this over here into the fold. What is holding it up? Ooh, Seven of Swords. So, well, I mean, it can't be a secret now because even I know he's replacing her with, I'm replacing Musk with her. So I don't know why this is such a secret. But Seven of Swords also talks about somebody who can really get in a place and come out with something and get away with it. Hello, Karen Comier. How are you? Latanya. How are you? Julie, Jennifer, Geneva. I'm sorry. I've got the other glasses on. Okay. It's like um, stealing, treachery, doing things behind people's back. This is all the Seven of Swords. Okay. And this is how he got her in there. It seems like what do we call 47 was hell-bent determined to get her in one way or another. So they're like cut from the same cloth. And here's the King of Cups. This very well could be a fearless leader himself. Okay. Oh, look. He feels he's been betrayed. Well, you know what they said, Elon has jumped on him or has talked against him. So he feels like 47, feels betrayed and needs a replacement. And here we have Knight of Pentacles, financial security. He feels he can make money with Loomer too. Oh, look at this. Now, this is the GOP who's back trying to back it off. Said, no, we told you once before, we don't want that woman in our group. We don't want her here. We don't want her here. Seven of Wands. And so now I guess it's saying Two of Pentacles are saying it's up in the air. I think she's coming in. And here we have the King of Swords. This is that dominating energy. Now, this could also be 47. He is Gemini. And I don't remember his birthday. Someone, an astrologer, talked about how he has a Cancer ascendant. I just knew his ascendant was Leo because of the way he carried on. Let me check to see. Out of curiosity, give me a second. I want to see. I'm going to pull up. Yeah, they've got his astral chart in public. Astro theme. Yeah. Give me astral theme. Mm-hmm. Oh, search for a celebrity. Here we go. There he is. This one. Oh, I can't read that. That's too small. His ascendant is Leo. But, his dominant. Where did I get? Look at this. Sun in Gemini, ascendant Leo, midheaven is in Taurus. That's why he likes the finer things. However, he does have some Cancer here. Sagittarius moon, so that's his attraction to foreign things, foreign influences. Leo is the Leo ascendant is the show off. The midheaven, his riches come from Taurus stuff, wealth, real estate, cash money, gold. So where dominant planets are Mars, Sun, and Venus. Dominant houses are. Let me stop. Let me just look at that. See if I can find it. Okay. All right. There's his Sun in the fourth house, Sagittarius. He's fine. He's got Sagittarius on his fourth house. Your fourth house is your foundation. It's your home. So more than likely so has the United States. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Immigrants. Mm-hmm. Got that immigrant vibe. Neptune and Jupiter, they're not conjunct, both in Libra. I'm looking for the Cancer. Where is it? 11th house. Is this a stellium? Hold on. He has Mercury in Cancer, so that means he knows how to speak to people and hit them at home, hit them in the home. Okay, he's going to talk home. He also has a Saturn in Cancer, which is going to put him in check. But then again, he has Venus in Cancer, and he has what else? Hold on. One, two, three. Oh, he has three planets, three of the heavier planets in Cancer. I thought he had a stellium. One, two, it's just three. I'm looking at his sun. Oh, that's 22 degrees. Okay. Part of fortune is also in Pisces. Okay. Huh. All right. Both of them. It's going back to what I said before. Okay, this is what your president looks like astrologically. He might be Gemini Sun, which is King of Swords, but he has three planets in Cancer, which is King of Cups. Put him right here. So we will move right along. Okay, take it from here. His concerns are, yeah. Oh, so right now, what's going on is the separation from Elon Musk. That's what he's concerned about. That's why he wants to bring Loomer in because he knows she's a faithful puppy, allegedly. There's a lot of confusion right about now. Okay. In his head, there's a lot of confusion because things are not going well. All right. Folks, I'm trying to hide the white stuff. Let me pull this down a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Now, she doesn't have the technical know how that Musk pretends to have. Okay. Uh, and so she's just coming in for the rah rah. She is an activist. She knows how to get people wound up. She knows how to motivate people in action to make them move. So there's a bit of anxiety there because Musk was his man, his go to. Musk was his go to. Now here comes Laura. Ooh. Okay, this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is I guess you would say this is the U.S. This is the U.S. money, legacy money. And he's afraid to lose anymore. He's already lost so much. Here we also have the Queen of Wands. This, I do believe, is the power of the people. This is the pushback because this is the mental challenge that 47 is dealing with right about now. More wands. His emotional challenge, here we go, Moon in Sagittarius, foreign affairs. The tariffs, placing those global tariffs all around the world. If he makes the slightest mistake, it can all fall down for everyone. I think he's already made it. And this is the fear. Bang. Poverty, bankruptcy, bankruptcy. So, what I'm feeling is this. The country goes bankrupt, and they're going to need a leader who is going to be motivating to keep them afloat. Oh, thank you, Kat. Thank you, Camilo. My 1940s look here. I was trying to wear it like this, but then I look like a Dalek. And I just settled for this. Yeah. He's going to need a Laura Loomer to come in and rah the people up. Because right about now, she's a chaos agent. Hey, she's natural. She's a natural chaos agent. She's just a wild chick. That's what she is. She's a wild chick. She has her beliefs. So well, everybody's got beliefs, but she's wild with her stuff. I'm not exaggerating when I say wild. Well, let me put it like this. She didn't. I'm a kid of the '70s. She hasn't done anything any different than we did it in the '70s, in our late teens and early 20s. Just she does hers in public. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's a firecracker. She's also a loose cannon. But he feels that she could keep the people at a certain level, I guess, of expectation or of hope after everything goes to pot. Because remember, his whole plan was to break everything, break the whole system entirely down, drop down, reboot, boosh, crash the system, and then reset it and reboot it again. I mean, that's a humongous over generalization, but that's exactly what he was trying to do. However, what he should understand is with a Neptune and something else in Libra. I just saw. What else does he have in Libra? He understands how people function. He understands relationships. Neptune and Jupiter. Oh, okay. Sometimes, however, our 47 gets a little delusional with his understand. Oh, these planets are in retrograde. I'm looking at his birth chart. Neptune, they're not conjunct at all. He's lucky in relationships. But we're talking about should have been a diplomat. Truly, should have been a diplomat instead of a businessman. He'd been more successful as a diplomat. Not as rich, but, he should know better. Well, this is why he's bringing her in. This is why he's bringing her in. Because right about now, he knows this country's going bankrupt. He's a 5 of Cups. He has his regrets. He's going to bring in a pretty girl to try to make things right. Here's Knight of Cups. Here's the talk of, this is my hands deck. Here's the talk of the town, and here's the offer to the people. Tell the people this. Tell them we're going to give them this. They'll be all right. Oops. Tell them we have plenty. And here's the Page of Cups. Uh-oh. We're going to end. This ain't cool. We have a pregnant empress with a Page of Cups. Now, that could either be expansion on an invitation to come join us and we'll take care of you, or something else. That man's too old for that. Oh, people are walking away, and he knows that. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups on one side and the King of Wands on another side. They're galloping. Some are galloping away. Some are relocating. Some are leaving the GOP. And he needs a fresh start. He needs to start to cut the party all over again. And he hired a fool if he allegedly. Somebody who can bring fresh blood to the party. Somebody who can strengthen it. Mm-hmm. Somebody who knows how to mix and mingle. Somebody who likes to party, 4 of Wands. Somebody he can work with and knows how to work with others. Come up with new agreements. And on the other hand, he knows there's going to be conflicts with this person. Because like I said, the GOP doesn't want her. And the GOP, I mean, they don't care if she's a voter. They don't want her on the committee. They don't want her in Congress. They don't want her in the job at all. And that is the problem. This is 10 of Wands. This is super stressed behind it. Oops, super stressed. But what's happening is that I think he's hired her already. Things happen quickly. That's the 8 of Wands. And here we have the Ace of Swords. The truth is out there. You can't hide it anymore. People know that they're screwing around with the money, allegedly. and they're not the funds are being taken, but they're not being distributed properly, or the funds are being taken and being held. And here, okay, here she is. She finally shows up. Queen of Swords. This is Loomer. Okay. And oh, the Queen of Swords comes up here. Loomer comes up with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. All right. Now, in this Page of Swords takes the form of a podcast. And this Knight of Swords takes the, what is this thing? I don't know. What is this? I'm trying to figure out this apparatus here. Oh, this this is the dashboard on a stationary bike. All right. Queen of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is a dashboard on a stationary bike, meaning the money's not going anywhere, meaning he's not going anywhere either. The Page of Pentacles is in the podcast. So it seems to be her function. Like I said, keep stringing people along, keep giving them that hope, because they're not going to get that money. What is all of this? Oh, thank you, Tony, 1999. Thank you, Tony Pettiford. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Salute. Yeah. Okay, and here we have the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups and the Three of Cups. And the Moon. Okay, hold on. Let me put all this together. So she's hired for PR purposes. She's hired for PR purposes. Six of Cups is the nostalgia. Okay, which one of these? Three of Cups. This is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups would be the American people. The Three of Cups is the hidden collaboration and the delusion of good times. Okay. And this is the Moon. Okay. The reflection of the subconscious. Look at that. The Moon in the mirror. Yeah, this is all for show. This is all for show. Have you recognized how many women are in his cabinet, yet in the same token, he has had Elon Musk to go in there and push so many women out of positions? Made you feel like it was Handmaid's Tale. See the duplicity of it all? Can't trust that. And boy, these things. I can stop right there. So all in all, basically, to me, it looks like he has hired her for public relations, public information. So she's not going to do Doge work unless she's going to promote it. Mm-hmm. Any questions on that? Yeah, PR person for absolute. Well, she's a loon too. After all, her name is Loomer. No, not Lunar. Mm-hmm. He probably likes her spunk. They used to call it spunk. There was a time back in the 50s when I was a little girl, they caught a white woman acting like the way she's acting like that. It is lobotomy time. The family would have her institutionalized. Some, not everybody. Mainstream America. It had women lobotomized for that kind of shit. And here we come, the next generation, doing all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, times change. People change. The way people think, the way their attitudes are, they change over time. But not over just time, it's over generations. And what happens is that their energy changes. The energies that are hitting the planet at the time change. They're different. What lies beneath? Out of curiosity, why did Trump hire Laura Loomer to replace Elon Musk? I'm not going to be on here long, folks. Yeah. Because let's see. Okay. Hey, Annie V. Nora. I hope maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Oh, and more intelligent than Musk anyway. But after watching him now, see how people put up the front? Now we know he's not as brilliant as people have said he was. But then again, let me tell you something about brilliant. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me finish this. Genius and brilliance. Why is Trump hiring Loomer? Come on, why Trump hired Loomer? What's behind the Trump hiring Loomer? Okay, brilliance and genius. You will oftentimes find, hi Angie Bell, how are you? You will often find times that in people who are brilliant with and ingenious with one subject, one thing, because the rest of their lives could be very average, or they could be dumb as boots. Wouldn't have sense to turn the boot over if the sign was labeled on the side. Turn boot over. They couldn't get it. They'd have turned the boot upside down, taken it inside out, and they still can't get it. But if they can deal with some speculative mathematics, they can chart the trajectory of a spaceship coming in from the moon at 5 o'clock in the evening. What do we need? What kind of speed? Where should he be? Blah, blah, blah. Where's he going to land? Blah, blah, blah. They can do that. But they can't turn that boot over. That's what we kind of miss. But we're going to be fine, folks. I hear a lot of dire, things are going to be different. Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be different for us. But we had to be awakened. We were just too damn complacent. Just too damn complacent. But we'll make it. We'll make it. And we're going to start paying attention more to what's going on in our surroundings. A lot of us are caught up in our own family business, in the husband and the boyfriend business, and the girlfriend business. But let me tell you something. You have like maybe a few minutes or a day to keep that focus. And after that, find out what's going on in your environment, because your life depends on it. And if those people are that damn problematic in your life that you don't know that this fool is getting ready to shut down your plant or your office, take your job, and you missed it, it's time to let them people go. Or it's time for you to mosey right on away from them. I don't care if it's family. I don't. Because they're not going to help you if they were creating up such a fuss that you couldn't see your job was gone. They might leave you anyway because now your job is gone. Shit starters are there for one reason and one reason only. That's to wake you up. Now, if you're associated with people who are constantly having problems all the time, every time you turn around, if it's Sunday and everything is cool, by Monday midnight, it's going to be a problem. And it's always something major. Never a little problem. That's those people. Has nothing to do with you. That's how they think. That's how they live their lives. And with you attaching to those people, then your life is chaos and suffering 7 days a week. You're the lucky one. You can just detach. I see y'all later. How y'all doing? How Mama doing? How Grandma? Okay, everybody cool. Just checking in by. Click. That's what some people do. And then they get the call. Hi, baby. Hey, Grandma. What's going on? Well, Pookie's in trouble again. Hey, Grandma, I can barely hear you. Let me try calling you back. Why did they do that? Because cousin already got the word, or niece got the word, daughter got the word that they were going to hit her up and try to get her to put her house on collateral to get Pookie out of jail. Pookie's a known criminal. Cousin Pookie. Your nephew, Pookie, or Phuket, they might be only what, 21, and they've got 21 years worth of criminal record. It came out the womb wrong. I'm serious. And you lose your house. No. Mm-mm. You keep nothing wrong with checking in every once in a while, but you don't wallow that you don't live there. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, this is interesting. I'm talking and laying cards down as if you can see what I'm doing, right? I'm sorry. Uh, I don't think Laura's going to be around too long, though. Look at this. Why did Trump hire Laura Loomer to replace Elon Musk? Well, check this out. And I think the situation that's about to explode is the American public, but I think it already happened. Tired of him cutting these people's jobs out, just coming in slashing and dashing. And so now things are being investigated. They need somebody to replace him quickly. So her whole purpose is what? Didn't I call it PR? What did they call it? Putting on a show. But like I said, I don't think Laura's going to be around too much longer. I don't think she's going to be helpful at all. I really don't. I think she's going to help cave in the rest of the GOP. Well, but again, when things like this happen, folks, it's because we've been complacent. And something was interesting. I was watching something on YouTube this morning, and it talked about how Americans really don't know their history. And yeah, we really don't know who we are. And that goes for everybody. I mean, I'm not talking about the newly arrived immigrants who are coming in, who they know who their original countries are, right? Some of us don't even know. They can't go back 100 years. So how do you know you're even an American just because you're here? That you woke up here. That's the only thing you know. That's really the only thing you know. So how do you know you're an American? I mean, thinking like that's not having a foundation, really. And I'm not just talking about the African American folk or the foundational folk, because guess what? In my family, I've always had this thing. No, I haven't always had this thing. Um, this was really weird. I couldn't connect it, so I just let it, stay on pause, because my father's people are from South Carolina, African descent. Okay, my mother's people are so mixed up, mixed race. Really don't know who they are. I mean, we know the names, but where they came from, how they met, and what they're doing here, and I until they're immigrants. They were immigrants, and I'm like, I mean, from European immigrants that came here, and then I was led to find out that the area I'm living in now was a plantation at one time. Now check this out, folks. The owner of this plantation, previous plantation, liked Irish workers. So he imported Irish workers. He sent a ship to Ireland. I think it was either England or Ireland, and imported people here. Did you know Irish people in America were slaves too? And I'm not talking indentured servants. I mean straight up. So that's what we have. Oh, that's what we had here. The mixture. You had the African black, American black here, and the Irish American, to be Irish American black here. So we've got a lot of interesting history just in the area of town alone, because this thing was, let's say 5 by 5, maybe 5 by 10 miles. The plantation was huge, huge. And they had black and Irish workers, and they had built dwellings, not like the stuff you see on TV, but they had dwellings on the plantation for the workers. They're gone now, but they didn't look half bad. They were wooden, like wooden townhouses. And I'm like, wow. And they also had stone houses. I've seen there's one that's still left. I've actually seen it. It's a hiking trail now. That part of the plantation. And my people probably hooked up there. Hmm. And it's so interesting now that, of course, the children sold as soon as the father died. They sold parcels. They probably went broke. Then it came back and sold more parcels. And in doing that, the people who bought the parcels put up all these row houses, up and down and up and down. I'm like, why does this place have so many row houses? And then you go up a few more, a mile or so, and you've got these single family homes. Nothing but single family homes all over the place. And I thought that was quite interesting. But anyway, um, I'm saying this to say, you'd be surprised how, if you don't know your history, you don't know who you are. And you sure as hell don't know where you fit. Where you fit in. Who is your family? Who is your clan? Hmm. And that's something else we've been remiss about. We call ourselves American. Yeah. But where do our moral background, where does our moral background, where do our moral values come from? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Not necessarily from a good place at all. But anyway, moving right along, which is why we're in this mess now. Which is why we're probably addressing it now, because now we have things like the television, we have things like the internet, and we can get up there and see the different varied values people have. And now we know there are still people in this country who steal from poor people, who will deny you health care, who wouldn't give you a drink of water while they sat there with a whole damn fountain. Might even deny you access to the fountain because you're not in their group, you're not in their clan. So what clan is that? Well, what clan do you belong to? Didn't even know. And they've been like that for hundreds of years. This stuff we're experiencing now with 37 and the mosquito and the Laura Loomers of this world, this shit ain't old. I mean, it's not new, it's old. It's World War II old, and probably even older than that. I could go back into, now I'm ranting. This is very, 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 very old. What this is it's the energy of the Ahriman, the materialism demon, versus the Christ consciousness, to help your fellow human. And this is the stage. It's taking, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. Whoa, oh, hot flash. Okay, talk to me, spirit. This is the stage is taking place in now on earth as it is in the heavens. That means the whole damn galaxy, y'all, the universe. The fight is the same. And what is happening is that you don't need guns. It's all about the state of the heart, the state of consciousness. Which has more value to you, gold or another human being? And that's what the fight is. Oh, good gracious. They're getting ready to raise me off this chair. Neither good nor bad. It's just gold or heart. Material stuff or people. Where are your values? And that's what this whole mess is all about. I was so surprised at the protests when I saw everybody out there my age. I went to school with some of y'all, and you're out there marching again. But I was impressed by their vigor. I was impressed by their strength, and I was definitely impressed by their values because they're the ones that I still have. We'll see. Like I said, it's Ariman versus the Christ consciousness. And I want you, when you look up Ariman, I'm looking at the Rudolf Steiner version because sometimes you can get too overgeneralized and get caught up in the wrong stuff. I looked up Ariman in Google, and Google, they talk about, devil, evil, devil, blah, 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 blah. Put that, okay, that's fine. But Steiner broke it down to materialism. And see, when they might call it, I think, money, love of money, the love of money, the love of things. It's Ahriman energy. And Ahriman is a kind of a demon, living well. Those are the demons you should be worried about because that one is not here to serve you at all. That here is here to take from you, if that's a demon. I don't know if one of the things I have learned is that there are so many different kind of sentient beings in this multiverse we live within. I don't know who's who and what's what. I just have to learn as I go. Because everything that looks like you and me is not necessarily human and does not necessarily have a soul and is not necessarily in your corner. And you may have something that looks like something like out of a Japanese anime film that would scare you to death, that would stand by your side and fight toe to toe to keep all harm away from you. We don't know. All we know is, damn, that's ugly, mother. You're so ugly, you scary. Yeah, I'm here for you. What do you mean? Hey, don't let nobody come near you. What are you? I am blah, 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 blah. But what are you? Don't worry about it. We just got to take care of this. Okay. Yeah, so I got onto a rant. I'm sorry. I was talking about Laura Loomer, but I mean, this is what we're Amriman versus the Christ consciousness. I love it, the Christ consciousness. Yes, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kat. Yeah, because I've seen Pokemon's too cute, but you've seen those monsters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's like if you. Okay. Here's another analogy: Godzilla movies. Godzilla is that big mutated lizard that was created with the atom bomb in the ocean, who tears up Japan every now and then. And there are some other movies. Now, I started on the Godzilla movies that they were tearing up Japan on, but also I found some more Godzilla movies where Godzilla protected Japan. Godzilla still looks like Godzilla. Not the prettiest thing you ever wanted to see, but not evil, not harmful to you either, unless he doesn't see you when he steps on you. Okay. Moving right along. Do you have any other questions? Yeah, Lauren Loomer is there to lighten the show, I guess you would say. Lighten the show. So exactly as above as so be like, hey Sheila, I didn't see you over there. Oh, what are you doing in Seattle? None of my business. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay. Yeah, stay. Yeah, but this could be a Godzilla stay giving Japan the business. But there are times when he turns around and like it's like, oh no, you're not coming over here to step on anybody over here. I'm gonna deal with you. And sometimes he even teams up with some other friends like Rodan and Ghidorah. No, not Ghidorah. Mothra. Mothra had to put King. Let me stop. Okay. Oh, you live in. I thought. Never mind. Never mind, Sheila. I thought you were somewhere else. Okay. Okay. Hello, Allison. How are you? How are you? What? Oh, somebody had me ask me. Yeah, let me read on SCOTUS, and then I wrote it down, and I do not. Do I have my notebook with me? Hmm, I am going to. Oh, I forgot who that person was that they wanted me to read them because I didn't know who they were. I'm going to start looking through my notes again because I take down these names of these people I don't know and you want readings on. And I left my notes upstairs. I have yet to make it back to my desk. I don't think I'm going to read from my desk. I just enjoy reading from my recliner. I like to sit in here, put my feet up, watch a little TV, lay back, and then read cards. So, yes, let's see what's going on with SCOTUS. Let's see what I'm going to put these on here. You grab the energy. What is the energy of the Supreme Court right about now? Okay, what is the energy surrounding the Supreme Court? I know they're fit to be tired with the 47. Uh-huh. Yeah, hold on to that. Don't let me hang up without that, Camellia. Don't let me hang on, go away without that. Hi, Terry. How are you? Oh yeah, yeah. You never know who you never know who they are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you have to learn how to read people with, I guess, with read their heart. Read their heart. Mainly, Connie. Oh, Barrett. Come on, glasses. Comey, Comey. Her name is Comey. Okay, okay. What's going on? What's going on with Comey Barrett? Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull a picture of her. Let's see. Hold on a second. I should have done this before I picked up the cards. It helps a lot to see the picture of people. Amy Coney Barrett. Okay. Okay. Oh. Um. They're on her case because she had to. What is it? Which one was this? She had to. She has to go by rule of law. 47 does not understand rule of law. MAGA rages at Amy Coney Barrett after she turns against Trump. The right is pissed. Well, they're going to be more than pissed. What's this? You know, she got her job for life. She doesn't have to kiss anybody's butt anymore again. And what was this? Oh, um, Alien Enemies Act. Mm-hmm. That Alien Enemies Act is dangerous. It puts people in concentration camps. That's what they did with the Japanese. This thing comes out of that. What is this? 18th century law? So it's 1700 something. Mm-hmm. No due process. So that's what the whole thing is. No, okay. No, that's too dangerous. That's too. What the heck? This is who she is. I remember when he put her in there. That's her. And she's a young woman. She's going to be in there probably in her 40s. She'll be there a very long time. These people, they no. I mean, that is too dangerous. Basically, what he was doing, what he was. Trump wanted the right to snatch people off the street and ship them out to wherever he wanted to ship them out. Okay, and he did that based on the Alien Enemies Act. That thing is almost 200 years old, if it's not 200 years old. But that was during the time of war. You have to be at war with some other place, not tariff war, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, war, real war. And so that's not what he was doing. Thank you for the hearts, people. Thank you very much. And so now the Republicans are angry with her. And she must have said, hey, I got my job because she dissented. In other words, she did not agree with or support the what the request, complaint, or whatever that he sent up there. Not a request, but no lawyer with a license who wants to keep it is going against the rule of law. Now, you've got a lot of Trump's people seem to be lawyers dancing around it, looking for loopholes, trying to dig in where they can to get Trump what Trump wanted. But the bottom line is the rule of law is the rule of law. It is beyond man because man is fickle and finicky, and human likes to change things that they don't like, whether it's good for the people or not. And, she was like, oh, thank you. Hi, Steve. She said, no, I can't agree with this. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. And as you see, Mr. Abriego Garcia, he's not back here yet. He's from here. He's from across town. He was in his car with his little 5-year-old son when they pulled him over and snatched him out. And see the whole story behind, well, you're affiliated with the gang. No, he wasn't affiliated with the gangs. The gangs were going after him. Somebody tipped him off and aimed at him, sucked those ice people on him. No, he was the one who was trying to fight against the gangs because they were hitting him up for what sounds to me like protection money. And then he gets deported. Can we read through that, boys and girls? But anyway, this is why Amy had one of the reasons she said, I can't. I dissent. No, I have to do a dissent on that. So what's going on with Amy right now? She's on the GOP it list. What's the energy around her and SCOTUS in general? What is the energy? What is the energy? What is the energy around SCOTUS, particularly Amy Coney Barrett? And I think she's from that ultra religious. Is that a Catholic organization? It's a Christian organization or a Catholic organization. Yeah, the difference is gestures. And the Mother Mary. What's the energy around them now that they have dissented on 47's plea to use the Alien Enemies Act? Okay, now let's see. This is going to be the last question, folks. Yes, Amy. Here it comes. Excuse me, it's starting all over again. I was very good this morning, not one sneeze. All right, overall energy. I got 3 more to go. Okay, overall energy real fast. They feel that they are babes out of the woods and that they're going into you can hang on, close the window. You don't have to turn the heat on, just close the window. In the kitchen? Yeah, right there. I opened that for the sage. Yeah. Here's the full card. Stepping out into new territory. Okay. So you have SCOTUS, and if SCOTUS is going to step out into new territory, if Amy's stepping out into new territory, she knows for a fact she better step lightly and cautiously. Err on the side of caution. Very shaken up. High anxieties going on over there. 9 of Swords. Yeah, because of the silly stuff that Trump is trying to do. And also, SCOTUS, they need to stabilize their power so that the executive branch can. I just saw somebody. No. I just want my spirit friends, I guess the tarot team, so that they can stabilize and solidify their power, because the executive branch is trying to strip the judiciary branch from its position and from its power. The executive branch is trying to encompass or absorb the judiciary branch, and these SCOTUS is saying, hell no. I guess that's my tarot team. You see all these spirits behind me? No. Mm-mm. I'm not doing that. Okay. Six of Cups. The old ways of doing things. Yeah, that's about 200 some years ago. This is at the beginning of the country. Okay. No, he's going to be standing on his own. This is the Hermit. Also, what this is also saying is a lot of them had to do some soul searching, and they also did some legal research on this. And they said, no, this is dangerous. This is the Hermit. This is dangerous. This is the Judge. Or this can also be F47, King of Swords. Someone who sees things in black and white. So this is also a representative of the law. I don't know why I don't have the Justice card here. Hold on, let me keep going. Holding their own. Right now, SCOTUS is holding their own. They're standing the ground. Four of Pentacles. You're talking about about the instability, the political parties. The whole country is financially unstable right about now. So they have to step very, very, very carefully. What's being exposed? What's being illuminated? They are concerned about. Yeah, because they are literally trying to undemocratize democracy. This is a coup attempt. This is not Venezuela, folks. This is America. Moving right along. I keep saying that. And what does that mean, Grand Madam? Well, this is America. And this is the dark side of America that they have triggered, that has been triggered, okay? But just like we had the folks who went out there and protested in a very mannerly and orderly way across the country, in cities and towns we never even heard of, these are the same folks that will unalive you. Okay? Okay. And this is the Page of Cups with this little invitation. It's always a little something to entice. In other words, this is what I can do for you. Or what do you need? What do you need? And I'll give it to you. But this is what I want from you. That type of stuff is still going on. However, people are getting really nervous when it's coming from him. A lot of confusion going around. Seven of Cups. And at the same token, it's because there's a lot of opportunities and a whole lot of talk. Okay, yeah. What else? What? Oh, Godzilla. Okay. Okay, Dora. And they also know it's bad form, so they just blocked it. Now, in this case, the devil's a good thing. The devil was a good thing here because they blocked it. And the devil loves blocking things. You see the hand? Nope, you're blocked. Nope, you're blocked. Oh, the autocorrect. There you go, that autocorrect. I tell you. Okay. So right about now, I have a lot of staying energy. Upside down now. In the court, when the court stays something, stay. You sit right there. You stay until we come back. Now, you might stay for a week. You might have a 30-day stay. But either way, stay means stop what you're doing until we come up to some type of decision. Yeah. It was something else they stayed on. I forgot what that band was. Was it on Jobs? He's been doing so much I can't keep up. Not that I'm trying. But there was a stay. I'm like, what? You stayed the band? Or did you, what? They stayed a band on something. I'm like, oh shit, for how long? Oh, a couple days. Oh, okay, I don't care. That tells me something wasn't clear. A couple days, I don't care. 30 days, problem. Okay. And here we go. What is going on? This is the expansion. It's going to be the expansion of power. The Empress is not just a pregnant woman and not just prosperity. She is expansion herself. So we're talking also about expansion of powers. Like I said, they're trying to solidify not just the powers they have, but they might go in. Hi, Blue. How you doing? Yeah, I was at your place the other day, Blue's house. Um, they might, who knows? They might even gather some new powers. The way things are going these days, and so the moral dilemma is this is where this looks like where a state would come in. Have we dealt with this enough? Have we looked into this idea enough? Have we really thoroughly researched this enough? If not, we might need a few more days. So it's before we make a decision, let's just put a stay on it. This will, let's say, we'll stay 7 days on this. That was the Seven of Pentacles, okay? And that's a mental challenge because some people should have said, oh, no, 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 just vote, just vote, just vote. No, we can't do it just yet. Some of us, we have the descending vote, we have the approval vote, we got to, and they're both coming up even Steven. So then we got to go and do a little more research. We got to look at this a little more carefully. And this is Trump and his Trumpettes. This is 47 and the gang. 47 and his acolytes here. That has become a serious emotional challenge to SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, because he's trying to take their power from them. However, they still are going to be Six of Wands victorious in maintaining their own. So, okay, that's pretty much going on there. So the SCOTUS is holding its own. SCOTUS is standing its ground. And boy, I would love to be the fly on that wall. I would. You know, it's times like this. Why did I wait till I was this age to wish I had gone to law school and I had the opportunity back in the 90s? Oh, I could, yeah, on the head. I don't feel like it now. I don't feel like it. I would love to study. I could have pulled it off. Now, when I go into a courtroom, I used to be a paralegal. That was close enough. I just love the research. And I can talk a good talk. I can talk a good game. Now, when I go into a courtroom, when I go before the judge for whatever, I represent myself. 50-50. I'm a 50-50. Lost, 50-50, 150-50. Okay. That's not bad for never have gone to law school, kiddos. Okay. Tracy Montgomery says, I'm looking at the news and T-Rump just put a 90-day pause on the tariffs. I wonder why. I wonder why. Don't screw with my T-move. Okay. Folks, speaking of which, except China. Oh, okay. I wonder why, because Canada is not going to give you cars or no aluminum to make the cars with, and no other. And how about have they turned the electricity back on in the northern western part of the United States yet? How about heat? They got heat up there, Michigan, Illinois. They all right over there, huh? The Canadians are coming down to Florida this year. Wonder why. We haven't even talked about Mexico. Some people going over to get their BBLs. I mean, are they going to make it back? Hi, Mar Willie. How are you? And so, well, what is it? I've been up here. I said I wasn't going to stay long, folks, because I can't stay that long today. It's been a little over an hour. Does anyone have anything pressing they would like for me to look into? I'll give you 60 seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to clean this up. I saw that. Hey, I'm like I said, I better get my stuff, my Timo stuff out this week before that thing goes into effect. Oh, Kamala and Barack. Yeah, but well, they smell blood. They know they smell blood. What? I'm gonna use these other cards. What lies beneath? Why have Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, former president, started coming out, and even Tim Walz started stumping? That's stumping. They're literally speaking this place and that. They're campaigning. They're campaigning. Why have they suddenly come out of the silence? And why are they campaigning now? Use these. All right, I got what's hidden beneath, what lies beneath. So why are Kamala and Barack? That's one. Put that there. And pull out the Lenormands. Uh-oh, will I need my table? Why have Kamala and Barack and Tim Walz also started campaigning again, making speeches again? They're campaigning. Okay, I'll just do it this way. They're upside down. They're upside down. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Planning for the distance. Taking out the long term. Okay. And one more. Okay. They're as I said before, they're campaigning. All right. I don't know. Right about now, they feel now is time to act during all this total drama. They are going to take action while 47 and Elon catch hell, because they can also see that things are falling apart for them. They can see that Trump is in depression. His whole campaign is collapsed. Not campaign, his whole administration is collapsing. And here we go with this pregnancy test again. And red stained lipsticks. There's a parasite involved some kind of way. And the lipstick stains are showing. What? There's an undercover energy dealing in Washington, D.C. And the energy is about to be exposed. It's about to expose themselves. Okay? It's about to be exposed. What'd you say? Oh, y'all two talking amongst each other. Okay. Yeah. And that's, they know the whole administration is getting ready to crumble. They, in the meantime, it's like a campaign. In the meantime, that's what lies beneath. The Normans talk. They're talking about chewing. They're going to be like little mice and gnaw and cause as much damage as they can, and add obstacles to the situation. In other words, they're coming in. They're going to tear down the rest of the administration, the current administration. They're using it with ideas and words. They're talking about what is being exposed. Well, I don't know if they are talking about it yet because I haven't been paying attention. But here is the exposure of what's going on with foreign influences. And here is a also energy of terminating what was long term. They're terminating those 4 years. Okay, that's gone. That's going to be gone. So they're feeling this is gone. And here it's like his term is going to be very short lived, and there will be another choice. There might even be another election or something, a special election. I don't know what it would be called, but that's what they're looking at. And finally, they're sending out a message of loyalty. They're saying 47 ain't loyal. Okay, we are. So they are campaigning. And, it is said that Barack doesn't like Kamala. And it doesn't matter because he's going to work with her behind Janet Jackson because that administration's got to fall. And so when that administration falls, you're going to move somebody right in. Guess who? Initials KH mean anything? That's what's happening. So they're even privy to what we don't even pick up here. And I know I don't pick it up because I don't know the different strategy. Hi, Cookie Bee. Strategies or maybe lingo they're using, but I can read the energy as to what's going on. Yeah. And it's they're expecting, okay, bottom of the deck for what lies beneath. I hate nothing about you. And Kamala and Barack. The whole country's getting played. Manipulation, lies, and control, because 47's been lying to them. The sex shop and check yourself. Who have you joined with? Who have they joined forces with? They better check themselves. And it's like every last one of the men in that administration have some type of perverted sexual thing, and they just never went to jail, allegedly. And here we have them breaching contracts, breaking the law, and trying to throw the country into the trash, the landfill, using outdated and expired ideas. And he swears somebody's doing drugs. Well, the one's doing drugs and the other's making bad choices. Well, we know who the druggie is, right? So that's why they are campaigning. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's okay. I don't care about... Yeah, but see, that is just so hypocritical now, isn't it? Like, I care who might... we don't care who he lives with. I hope he's happy. But don't come out here and then talk about there's only two genders. I worked in an office. Let me tell you something. When I was at the Psychic Friends Network many moons ago, back in the 90s, I counted 5 different genders. 5. Because it talks about the ones in between. And I said, this is interesting. I never said anything because I was just like, I was amazed. I was like, always pleasant, always polite. No, that's not. No, that. But no. Hmm. but you still referred to them as he or she, but you knew they were different than the usual he or she's you knew. You didn't have the pronoun thing. And I'm gonna tell you something else you really can't, because it's more complicated than that. But how about souls? I think that always works. Um, I've counted five. I've always said you have the male and female are two poles, one here, one here. Now you have all in between. And LGBT is just straight in the middle. You still have more in between that. I'm telling you, there's more to life than what you see every day. Oh, so much more. I just call people souls. I'm a soul, you a soul, all God's children are souls. Even if you don't believe in a God, even the gods don't have souls. Did I tell you I found out they were designed? You have something called an Aeon that designs gods like people design apps on phone. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I'm saying, what we have been taught, what we believe, what we think we know, has all been scripted. It's like we're on this TV show, or maybe we're on this live stream, and all we know is what's on this live stream. You don't hear too much from people who've turned off the live stream and gone to maybe another show, or just turned off the live stream and gone elsewhere, got off the network completely. And say more if you can. Oh, Kat, I wish I could. Oh my goodness. Yes, because it's soul, Allison. It's all soul. It's all soul. And when they talk about that being who was doing, who dreamed all of us up, who dreamed awake all of us, and dreamed awake. So you mean we're living fragments of somebody's dream? I don't know. I'll find out later. But I did ask a friend, dear, I'm at that age where my friends are passing on. They're transitioning on into the other dimension and leaving me behind. And I said, did you meet God? He said, yes. I said, well, well, tell me about it. Didn't say another word. I'm like, so it's real out here. We just need to find out what is real and what is not. I guess first thing we have to figure out is we have to know who we are as soul. And this is, again, going back to the Araman versus the Christ consciousness. I do believe this is what we're doing right now. We're on stage. So are we going to put our lives where our so-called beliefs are at? Well, change your beliefs. We'll be fine either way. But which one is you? Which one is you? On this. All right, let me do roll call here. Hi, Dorothy Parsons. Hello, how are you? Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. What time is? Oh, my goodness, it's 2. It is after 2. It's after 2. I haven't had breakfast yet. Nicholas, hello. I don't know. Nicholas, let me look up here. Hold on. Let me get into your questions here. Wait a minute, thing. You're just not going to give me... Hold on. Live chat. Let me take it back to the top. Okay, I'm back on live chat. Hi, Cassandra McLean. Coretta Williams, hello. Thank you. That's what my neighbor said about me. I'm particular. I'm going to get comfortable. I'm particular about how I look. Hi, Barbara Bias. How are you? Annie V. Ground and focus. That's right, Camayo. It's not as bad, and he's still trying to make decisions, and he's sitting in the Oval Office, Tracy, so it's not that bad. Excuse me. As long as they can. How they gonna hide it as long as they can? Because it's you might get caught fumbling, you might get caught, he might get caught forgetting where he left stuff. Yeah. Miss Gardenia, hello. And then let me see. Oh, this is crazy. Take off my glasses to read because my reading glasses are upstairs. Miss Gardenia, it is Miss Gardenia. Hello, my darling. And then Dinya McFadden, hello. Oh, part of my family history. Oh, okay. You got your family history. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course you have Creoles in New Orleans and Nolans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. NEV. Yeah. It's very important. Yeah. Okay. Cat Sheila. Okay. Mhm. Nora Pegnetti, hello. Yeah, when you don't remember your history, you're doomed or destined to repeat it. Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, then he's going to get. You know what, folks? We are seeing firsthand what happened during the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. Let me grab my coffee. I've been talking so much. Is it still warm? Probably not. Mm, mm. Ice cold, but good. Mm. I like iced coffee every now and then. Yeah, but the past, nor the past, you and I both realize the past will determine your present, and your present will determine your future. Yeah. Well, you're going to find out. And this is something also that Gen Z needed to recognize because you can tell them jack. They thought everything was so picture perfect. They came up in the digital era and they just think you can just type away or autocorrect or I don't know what they think you could do with your life. They do not understand there are people who don't understand you and will hurt you. They will make sure you'll never be able to live. They're out there still. Hmm. And no, your parents can't protect you. Hmm. They're like babies, but they're seeing some things now. When they saw grandma and grandpa out there raising hell coast to coast, they knew, uh-oh, things not what we thought they were. Okay. Yes, Tari. Okay. Okay, I got that. Just answered that question. Anonymous is too anonymous, Elena. I cannot pick up. First of all, there's too damn many of them. Okay. Anonymous is like I don't even know if it's a network. It reminds me of modular units acting independently but yet connected to one main unit, like an oversight. And that you have this branch, you have that branch, you have this branch, you have that branch, then you have this branch down here, and you have that branch down here, and then you have that branch. There's too many of them. There's really too many of them. And I understand their need for anonymity. Let's just let anonymous stay anonymous for now until they mess up. Hmm. Sheila K says, I would like to know why certain blacks support 47, people like Byron Dunn, because they have had new additions to their bank accounts, dear. It's as simple as that. That's all it is. Well, come on, folks. Black people are conservative. We always have been. It's just when strange stuff started happening that we had to start getting radical. Say, oh, so-called radical. You weren't radical. You rile up the conservatives, they get off. But basically, we're conservative. We always have been. But with this Trump business, I'll call it later. With this Trump business, that was, like I said, what you need. All right, I'll take care of that for you, but this is what I need you to do for me. Hmm. And he has. This guy, when I say that, and it's like this, Sheila, you never know who runs across who might need a little help. It's like one was it one guy who you probably find selling stuff on the corner on a table. I think was it Trump who ran into him or with a flat tire or something, and he changed the tire, something like that, and the guy he hit him up with 1,000 for changing his tire. That kind of stuff. People, he 47 knows how to work with people, especially grassroots people. And in the same token, he knows how to work with the oligarchs. That's where he wants to be. And basically, the message is the same. What is it? What can I do for you? Hmm. That's how that works. And even though Candace Owens is from here, her husband, the Baron's son, is from the UK, who is also ultra conservative. So I'm not sure who they really are. Okay. But I saw a little documentary on her and her family. Said she's always been like that. So again, if you hit people from the level of soul and not necessarily blood, then you might get a better understanding of who they really are. Okay. Terry says she's been getting a lot of chatter lately. Okay. Kat says, do not love that they delayed the kid. Oh. Mm-hmm. That's the one they had to stay on. I think it was a 2-day stay, but no, he's not back here yet. He was supposed to have been here 2 days ago. Thank you, Steve Myers, for the thumbs up. Mm-hmm. A shift in who? Amy COVID, Coney Bear. You always, Jamie, you'll get me in trouble. I can't sign in under Grand Madam on this laptop, on this live. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nora says she's in awe of my Godzilla lore. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, she lied. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. That cracks me up, Tracy. The 90-day pause on the tariffs. Hello, Omar Willie. Alicia, I didn't see that except China. Nicholas, oh, here we go. Grand Madam, can you please use the pendulum to research if Orange Mussolini launders money through the Scottish Gulf Resort? Ooh. Allegedly, Nicholas. So here, I saw it. What did I do with it? Here it is. This one's for you, Nicholas. Is money being laundered by 47 through Scottish Gulf Resort at Turnberry? Turnberry. Is money being no, you can't see it. No, it is not. No. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I got that one. Got it. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's keep going. So Governor Walz left no crumbs. Mm-hmm. Hey, Linda, he paused at 90-day tariffs because he's got some things on Timu too. Just joking. Mm-hmm. Tim went out. Yeah, again. I've seen him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, bring it down. How about that? There's a book I have around here called The Plutocrats. I don't even know. It doesn't even have a cover. That's how old it is. Not that old, maybe early 2000s. Um, the Plutarchs or Plutocrats. Anyway, I've got to find that, and they explain this whole concept of people getting a certain amount of money, these transactions across the countries and with foreign national, with everybody, and how after a while these people do not owe them. They do not see themselves as a part of any nation. Every nation to them is nothing more than a business transaction. That's what we have right here. I'm going to find that. Oh my God. Did I bring it here? Ooh, that might mean I have to go in the basement looking for books. But I thought that was an interesting read. Yeah, I read that years ago. You're welcome, Tracy Montgomery. Thank you, Dorothy. Hope she enjoyed my show. Oh, yeah, Terry, somebody's going. Mm-mm. Okay. Yeah, Spectrum for sure. Well, whether he likes it or not, he's just screwed it up. You're welcome, Annie B. Omnipresent and multigender, yeah. And even in God's image, omnipresent, multigender, and some have fur. Okay, yeah. Oh boy. Oops. Hi, storyteller. I didn't see you pop in. Mm-hmm. 90 days? Who's buying stocks that take 90 days? What? Hmm. I don't know what the one. I have a feeling. Sell out your own for dollars. Yeah. That's the Ahriman energy. Mm. Materialism energy. Oh, that guy. That he. See how young he is now. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. hmm Better. He said families were stronger during that time. Let me tell you something. During that time, oh, that was a. I lived during Jim Crow. Your family wasn't stronger. Your family was under threat 24/7. I know these parents were scared to death when they had young teenagers. But even we knew you were raised with the rules. Don't go to this place. Don't go to that place. You won't make it back home. It was clear. It was clear. And in some areas, see, that was during the time of Emmett Till. And he went, what his mother, he was getting to be too much up there. I think it was in Chicago for her to handle. So she did what most mothers did, send him back down to the country and let the grandparents and the uncles and aunts straighten his ass out. And then he went down there with their Chicago foolishness and they snatched him. They went into his uncle's house, held the uncle and the aunt at bay with guns, snatched his 14, 15-year-old boy out of his bed and dragged him, beat his ass, beat him to death, dragged him, gouged out his eyes, and set him on fire. And so Byron thinks, oh, that didn't happen all the time. Boy, don't you know? That goes back to not knowing your history. We have I'm not going to say what county it is. We have a place here in the DMV who prides itself on not lynching anymore since 1936. My mother was born in 36. We don't want to talk about that. Moving right along. But yeah, this is what I'm talking. These younger generations who don't know their history, they don't know who they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's Lumi Res? Oh, reservation. Okay, Teresa. Look, and now is Lumi. Where is Lumi? Come on, we'll talk. We'll talk. Send me a little something. Leave a comment. Tell me where that is. Mm-hmm. Look, I just found out my grandma was Piscataway. She who raised me. Well, I tell you, know your history, which is probably why I can't say that's not why I look like this either, because grandma had that mahogany. It's a brown mahogany and it has gray undertones. Brown, see that pretty odd color brown. And her husband, granddad, was white, bright, and damn near white. And so mama came out looking like granddaddy. And he was one from a multiracial, they were multiracial, probably biracial family uh, of distinction, of a certain distinction and notoriety. But anyway, yeah, yeah. And they had they were the Piscataway. It was just this was their land, all of it. And now that by that time they were restricted or limited down to East Baltimore. Yeah. Okay. The storyteller says what he does is a shameless thing. Oh yeah, karma will take care of that storyteller because there were always consequences. Ketanji. Oh, I didn't see that. Ketanji something else. Yeah, go up in there with the smile of the yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Any way you want it, sir. Get in there and then do who you are. Okay. Yeah. Hi, sweetie. I didn't see you down there. How are you? How are you? Come on, I gotta find that. Drop me a line or something. Show me where she at. Where she at? In the middle. Moni in the middle. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, that's good. That's good. Mixture. Yep, Annie. Yeah. Hi, Jack. Who's Modus Martini, Jack? What are you talking about? Washington. Oh, yeah. Okay. 10 miles as the crow flies. Okay. Okay. Which deck, Jack? Um, which deck? I used 3 of them today. Have you ever used the Seen the Voodoo deck? Oh, I've seen several voodoo decks, but Luis Martin, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna look for that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be able to look on that. Luis Martin. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Bellingham, Washington. Yeah, okay. Oh, Louis. So it's still Luis. Okay. Not Louisa. I say Luis. Thanks, Camelio. Okay. Misspelled Martini. Okay. I'm going to check it out. I'm not going to forget it either because I just love I'm starting to collect decks, as you probably can tell. But yeah. All right, folks. We've been here a whole hour and 3/4, and I said I was going to leave about what 109 is 144, but I have missed talking to you. I really have, but I have just trying to be getting things on the move. Yeah, this is the time. That solar eclipse would open my eyes to some things, and a lot of people are still aching from that solar eclipse. I'm like, oh my God, now I can breathe again, and then the allergies start. All right, folks. I'm going to start knocking out some more videos because there's some things I want you to say, but I don't want to take up a whole lot of talking about it. But just to, keep you informed And that's about it. And then I'll pop on a live here and there. Okay. I wish you much luck. Oh, donations. If you want to drop me off a donation, I thank you. Let me give you my Cash App. Um, I can go get a beer on that to go with my lunch. Yeah, I haven't had breakfast yet. It's 222. Let me give you this thing here. Yeah, by all means. 11:11. One more. Okay. I appreciate you too, baby. Thank you so very, very much. There we go. Yeah. Much love. See you next time.